Take no part in the worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead, rebuke and expose them. It is shameful even to talk about the things that ungodly people do in secret. 13 and 14. But when the light shines on them, it becomes clear how evil these things are. I mean, obviously, that whenever we were going to have the big parade in New Orleans just before Katrina hit, or just, actually it was going to be after the time that Katrina hit, but they were going to have that great big homosexual parade down there. And whenever, I think it was TBN, maybe it was Daystar, one of the TV networks, it was in Houston, and they were having a discussion, and two of the men from New Orleans were there, and there were some prophets on the set, and one of them said, we went to the city with our drawings to get permission to build a new church, and they refused us. They turned us down. But he said, the homosexual group went to the city of New Orleans for a permit to have a homosexual parade in downtown New Orleans, and it passed with everybody said okay. So he said, isn't that amazing where the homosexuals get the right to do all their things? And he said, they will do everything every evil thing known to man when they're walking down those streets, naked and everything else. They will be doing everything you can imagine. He said, and people will be seeing that, and they know it's going to happen. They've been down there before, and they're going to let it happen again. And one of the prophets jumped up. One of the prophets that was on that set had no idea he was going to say. He jumped up and he pointed his finger right at those guys. He said, thus saith the Lord, enough is enough is enough. He said, death and destruction is going to come to New Orleans. There's going to be water. The place is going to be flooded. There's going to be bodies floating. There's going to be stench. But death is coming to New Orleans because of their sins. And everybody thought, whoa. 12 days later, Katrina hit New Orleans. New Orleans has never been the same. You know that? Did death and destruction hit New Orleans? Yes. God was fed up, and he sent a hurricane. And it's done awesome things to New Orleans and all the surrounding area. Awesome things. Did God say he would judge these kind of things? He sure does, doesn't he? Why don't everybody know this is from God? Why don't the news media say, well, God must have been a little upset. He sent Katrina in to wipe out New Orleans because of their sin. You didn't hear that on television, did you? No, you won't hear that either. Wow.